All right. Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Let's get into a collective message. I don't know why, but I feel like we may have a big message. I'm not sure why I even want to say that. I just feel like this could be an important one. We have the Fool upright. Is this going to be a day of bravery, a day where somebody does something like that their higher self encourages them to do? Is this going to be a day where a character takes that leap of faith, maybe? We do have a Six of Cups. That's that soulmate energy. Do we have possibly an Aries gravitating toward a water sign, or is it just that at the emotional level we have someone like bravely acknowledging their feelings? Sometimes that's the first step to anything, is just saying, all right, this is how I feel. We have an Empress upright. Libra and Taurus energy coming in. By the way, we will be doing both Libra and Taurus and Virgo and Leo today. So stick around. Some of those zodiacs will come out in the first half of the day. Some will come out later on tonight. Also, if you're a member, don't forget we're going to go live for about a half hour tonight. I put a post in the community post about that. So I'll see you guys late tonight. I think it's from like 10 to 10:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time if you are a member. We've got the Chariot and we've got the Hanged Man. God, we got a lot of major arcana, right? We are rocking 4 out of 5 right now as major arcana. So this is a big message. I don't know why. I was so like, it just feels like there's a crackling little energy coming up. Hanged Man is in direct opposition to the Chariot because this is like delay, this is forward motion. But remember, Hanged Man can also be seeing things from a different lens. But that Chariot says, I have gone through the chess game in my mind. I know what I need to do. I know what I want to do. I know where I want to go. And if this is somebody who's aware that they want to go talk to an Empress, a soulmate, we do have a masculine here with his backpack on. I think somebody's getting contacted. That's what this feels like. We have 2 cards of confident forward motion. For a 10 of Cups. Oh gosh, this is beautiful. This is like, I think we have a character deciding, I want to advocate for the happiness that I really want to have. If there's somebody out there that I care about, if there's somebody out there that I like, that I admire, why am I not reaching out? Why am I not talking to a person? Not everybody on earth will we, see with this much, esteem. Not everybody on earth will we feel is someone that important to us. So when we do meet those rare and those few and those precious, then why not take action to at least, pursue communicating? I don't know if this is going to be just communication or if this is like, I need to talk to a person that I actually have loved, do love, will always love. 6 of Pentacles. Everything here says it's time to come together. Everything. It's time to come together. And I feel like things have come full circle for a character. Like they have maybe reached a point where they're saying, I know what I need. I know what I want. This is, soulmates do feel kind of like, our cosmic family members. And if this is somebody who's saying, my heart knows, because I've built a good group around me of people that I, maybe close colleagues, close family members, whomever. To me, family is whomever we choose to call family. I don't think you have to be a blood relative to, induct people into our umbrella of protection and, that close inner circle, right? We meet people throughout this world that we trust, rely on, that we know are close confidants and individuals that we have real foundational trust with. I think our character has already established like good friendships, good, family. And I think that's the other reason they're feeling so, maybe they're even being encouraged by the people closest to them. If you got some Empress on your mind, somebody that you feel is important, then bring her in. Go talk to her, bring her into, the fold, bring her into this group of friends. She'll be a nice addition to our group. It feels like that. This is not just about like a love story. It's about like an entire, I feel like this person has a lot of friends around them. I feel like they have support, a good support network around them. And this Empress that they're interested in, this Empress that they feel connected to, feel like they're getting good advice from the people around them to say, dude, we haven't seen you like this interested in somebody in a long time. What are you waiting on? What are you waiting on? She's sounding like your 10 of cups. Go talk to her. I feel like they're being cheered on by a group. We have Girl of Cups. That's actually the Page of Cups in any other deck. It's like start the energy, reach out, send a message, connect to her. Maybe she's already opened the door a little bit for them. Maybe that's why we have like that friendship group going, hey, we have a 10 of cups there too. I feel like she has somehow already been vetted by a group of friends who are like, dude, she's into you. I don't know why I keep wanting to say it that way, but there's definitely something. By the way, she's like in an aquarium. I don't know if this is a feminine who like has fish or likes the aquatic world, or if it's more like, you know how when we look at fish, you know, in an aquarium, like we can look into where they're at, look into their environment. I do kind of think that she may be like a group has, I'm not going to say has spied, but there's definitely like, we have a whole group of people that know exactly who the Empress is. And maybe they are kind of like giving their stamp of approval, vetting her a little bit like, oh no, she's great. Like, and it seems like she's real approachable, and it seems like she's looking for happiness too. It also, there is a snail here. I'm wondering if it's like even friends are pointing out the obvious to this person. Like if this Empress is calm and well put together and not too pushy and not racing forward for anything and just step by step, just moving forward step by step, perhaps there's this energy of like, you know, she's not going to rush to a 10 of cups either because she's an Empress. Empresses take their time. Empresses, we also have the Queen of Swords sideways here. I really think that when it comes to her, she is not going to like latch on and be too swift to want to create a relationship necessarily. She's probably the type where she'll take time getting to know someone, letting them get to know her. All right. Hey. Sorry, guys. I know we're having so many issues lately on YouTube. I'm not sure what's been going on, but it's been significant issues all week. So I'm sorry. I know that buffered and went wonky for a second there. But with that Queen of Swords, I was saying she's got this really ornate like mandala, maybe a wall hanging, maybe a tablecloth or bedspread or something. But it just shows like her attention to detail. This card is sideways, meaning like this Empress is somebody who's super intelligent, but also warm and loving, but also looking for great happiness, but discerning enough to know you don't just assume that any old person, any old situation is obviously going to be like, okay, let's go from 0 to 100 really quickly. All that looks really good because I feel like friends are encouraging whomever our full card person is, go toward that Empress. You already know she's got some kind of like, I don't know, an Empress is always going to be impressive, mature, but I feel like everybody's just a little bit like in awe of her. If they've got friends that are saying, what are you waiting for? Go talk to her. She seems great. I think that the friends like are a little bit impressed with that Empress already because they're the ones nudging this character. This character could be a Pisces. By the way, we do have Pisces. We have Cancerian. We have got Aries and, and Libra Taurus. Let me just look at who they are with that full card. Tell me about who you are. 9 of Wands. So they've been through heartbreak. They've been through pain. They've been through disappointment. They've been through, there's a lot of names and that's a lot of notches on a bedpost. Yet they're still actually a King of Pentacles. So whomever this individual is, our lead character, they very well may be someone who actually is quite grounded. They maybe have a bit of a life history of, trying relationships or in any kind, not even just romances. It doesn't mean they've slept with everybody, dated everybody on the planet, but it does say that they have learned through, Nine of Wands means we've had plenty of battles that we didn't win. This is the Wounded Warrior card. But every time you give the best of yourself to something and it doesn't work out great, you still walk away with a lesson. And this is not a crushed soul. This is a really powerful king. And I would say he's more grounded than he's ever been. Maybe that's why he's looking at an Empress. Maybe that's why he's developed slowly but surely a group of like really good friends around him that are very supportive. And they too can tell like, oh, that queen or that Empress is, she's definitely somebody that would match well with him, or we can see why he would like her. Like they seem to be supportive, maybe because they're like, look, this is a good guy, this King of Pentacles. Now, please remember, I don't actually read for genders, and I'm sorry, I don't know if he likes oranges. We have like an orange slice, and I'm like smelling oranges and tangerine right now, but it just feels like he's a good guy who's been through some ish. We've got the Ace of Cups, we've got the Devil, I've got the Death card. So I would say this, he's somebody who actually is willing to give his heart again, but is so very aware of what it's like to get tangled up with a very toxic relationship and how long that can take to unentangle oneself. By the way, again, we've got 2 more major arcana coming in. So now we've got some Scorpio and we've got some Capricorn. This is all part of his past. So he could be a Virgo, Capricorn, or a Taurus who is definitely like he's been through the ringer a time or two when it comes to his heart. He still is very much willing to love. I don't know if this is so romantic, right? We're in Venice here. I've actually never been to Venice. I kicked myself. I was in Italy 2 or 3 times in my life, and I never made it all the way up to Venice. And so I definitely regret that. But still, what I've seen of it in photos is beautiful. And of course, everything I ever visited in Italy was remarkable. So, but I'm just thinking that this says he is quite a romantic. He is grounded. He is stable. He has also been wounded, but he's a giver. And he is also very much a romantic who would like to fall head over heels in love, especially at this point in his life. I don't see him as afraid. I see him as having finally said goodbye to a really toxic chapter in his life, someone that he was stuck on for a long time, someone that he kept cycling through drama with. Let me just ask, do your friends, is this why you have a close-knit network of friends? Is this why they are supportive of you pursuing an Empress? Yeah, justice. Friends are like, after what you've been through, after the hell you went through, it was not fair. You deserve like a really great feminine. You deserve somebody who is like really going to treat you good. Okay, so friends definitely have a bias here, and they think he got a raw deal from a previous partner. He could have been dealing with a Libra in the past, but instead of it being fair, maybe it was someone who was very unfair. 5 of coins. I don't know why, but I feel like he lost a lot of money. Or maybe he surrendered a lot, said just keep it. I don't want to argue anymore. I don't want to fight anymore, even if it means I lose. I think he lost a lot more as far as like emotions go, but he also might have sacrificed a lot of finances, because that Justice card can talk about legalities. The 5 of Pentacles, obviously we got coins all over the place. We've got script written across and kind of like, again, like a Lady Justice imagery here. And it's like, no, I don't want to mediate anymore. I don't care. Just take the money and just let this be over. It feels like there was a really awful ending. And friends are definitely like on his side and are supportive of him meeting somebody that, I mean, look, an Empress tends to have her own thing. She looks very decked out also. This Empress looks like, she's in this gorgeous, brick red dress and all this gold finery. This Empress may be quite well put together. It doesn't mean she has to be rich and wealthy, but she there's different kinds of wealth. There's wealth of spirit. There's, personal confidence. There's, somebody who has made her way in this world, and she may be a business owner. She may have things that she attends to. Let's just see, how are the friends looking at the Empress? Three of Wands. I definitely think that these friends, whomever the King of Pentacles friends are, friends slash family. I think his friends are more like family. They see that Empress as like, you have got to go talk to her. She has no top on, even though she's, appropriately like, got her arms folded across her chest. But they see her as somebody who's like alluring, but also very real. Any of my characters that don't have tops on, I feel like that's because they are showing their actual heart. The Three of Wands says, like looking into the future. So they seem to be, the friends seem to be championing the idea of this relationship, and like, hey, they're going to touch base with this king a couple of different times. Like, hey, have you reached out to her yet? Hey, you really should go talk to her. You really should. And we do have this, it kind of always looks like Lady Liberty to me. We see her holding the torch. It looks very much like the torch we would see on the Statue of Liberty in the United States, or in Paris, or in France. I don't know if they see her as somebody that has like, this could either give us a location where it's like, when you get a chance, you should go see her when you're in that region. Maybe this is like something about being in New York, just because I'm thinking Statue of Liberty. Or this is them saying she is fire. She is super smoking hot. But also there's something about like liberty and justice surrounding the idea of her. Now, remember, friends are very much aware that he got some unfair deal once upon a time, and they seem to really want him to get somebody in his life that is respectful and powerful, and the exact opposite of what he had in the past. And I feel like it's interesting that friends already have such a great opinion of him, and they're like, you need to, build and grow. They all have like a really good premonition that this Empress would be a great match for him. So let me just ask, King of Pentacles, how do you really feel about her then? What is it? Where are you at with this? Four of Cups. Worried it's an illusion. He's worried because he's been burned before. But Ace of Pentacles, but he also knows better. She represents a brand new day, a fresh beginning. There is something about her, and she is like releasing this whole like murder of crows, or maybe it's a bunch of sparrows or something, but there's all of these birds flying, which are the messengers. And I feel like he's recognizing, like, I know I've met her for a reason. I've come across her for a reason. She represents the new dawning day for me. Sure, I'm worried, but I can't shake it. High Priestess. I feel like I met her for a reason. I feel like, oh God, there's a great song by the band or the artist Talk, Tawk, and it's just called Flame. I can't think of which album it's on, but and it's something about like, wait till you see my flame, it's the same, something along those lines. And I feel like she has the same like essence to her that he has within himself. He already knows that she's one of my kind. I just know it. My friends know it. I know it. I can't shake the feeling that somehow there's a very spiritual connection here. I think it's only a matter of time before he just simply goes ahead and reaches out. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up. Bye.